Next address and presentation from our distinguished guest, Dirk, Directorate General Research and Innovation, European Commission, Brussels. You're welcome.
So, good morning once more. It's really a delight to be here with you today, to have the possibility for measuring your progress made in the framework of for safety, to interact directly. One thing I can say, Horizon 2020 is there, but to make it really attractive for you, we will also need your input. I'd like to start with some key messages. Allow me to say you are actually lucky people, you food safety experts. Food needs to have many attributes. It must taste deliciously, it must be of a fine quality, you must enjoy it, it has to bring people together, but for sure, it must be safe. No country can afford to have a food crisis. The cost of, let's say, the cost of coming back from a food crisis outbreak, the costs are notoriously high. So you can't afford it. And for that reason, food safety will always be top of the scientific, but also the policy agenda. Perhaps I would like to say, you know the complexity of food safety better than anyone else. But with regard to the past, the framework programs of the past, I would like to stress the importance of the social sciences and humanities. If you want scientific information to be reliable, it has to be perceived by the public as reliable. And therefore you need to know how to communicate your scientific findings, your data, your information. The same applies to the solutions that you want to be forwarded. You will need to better involve, to better integrate social science experts for that purpose, for making sure that what you do will be accepted by the broad public. Actually, the same applies also to research in general. If the European Commission was lucky to have an increase for science and innovation with about 30%, it is because the European public is behind research for innovation. But that shows you also a little bit the complexity. Food is at the heart of all the policy DGs in Europe. We have the Common Agricultural Policy, steered by DG Agriculture. We have the Common Fishery Policies, which is monitored by DG Mare. We have the relationship between energy, the biofuels, and food. It is at the heart of environment. We have DG Sanko, that is about health and consumers. Don't forget, the consumers have to be educated and made very aware of food safety risks. You can have the best legislation in the world that is applied very, very safely, but if the consumer is not up to date with food safety measures, well, then you can also have food safety problems. Food safety is of the highest economic importance. Don't forget, in Europe, the food and drink industry is the largest manufacturing sector of Europe. Number one, before the petrochemical sector, before the car industry, in terms of turnover. So that makes it rather complex, but the nice thing is, food is at the heart of all these policy DGs, and that compels us to work with all our colleagues from the different policies and to get their ideas as well. Nothing is going to change a lot. I'm sure that you know that already from the 7th and perhaps the 6th framework program. Food safety, it is about assuring chemical and biological safety. That means better understanding, microbial ecology, the effect of combined pollutants on the human health. It means better tools for the integrity of the food supply chain, new detection methods, If I look at Marvin, at Hans will tell me, then don't forget risk identification and risk management, and we can add risk communication, risk perception as well. So, in a certain way, nothing has changed, but it will be more than before an integrated approach, working together with different scientists, not only the food safety specialists, the food processors, the nutritionists, and let's not forget the social sciences and the humanities. So food safety will be addressed under Horizon 2020. And now you see that I often recycle slides, and then there is always the possibility of a mistake. Horizon 2020 is no longer a Commission proposal, it is a fact. It is the research and innovation funding program for the next 7 years. 79 billion euro will be attributed. You know, of course, that the first work program has been defined and that the first calls have been launched. As Richard has already said, it's all about excellent science, the